Hello and welcome to the video. In this video we're going to take a very quick look at some of the extra pieces that you can get for the RunCam 3. Now the RunCam 3 has just come out, so you can order it, and I've had a couple of people ask about the extra pieces that you can get in terms of the waterproof case, the standard cage case and the tempered glass replacement for the front. So in this video what I'm going to do is very quickly show you each of those, so if you're thinking about getting one of these cameras you know what the other components look like. Each of these pieces, I must say, I'm quite impressed with how inexpensive they are. We'll go through the prices on the RunCam website as we look at each of them, but they're significantly less than I would expect to be paying for a GoPro enclosure or stand or replacement glass. But before we get into that, if you're interested in the RunCam 3 and you haven't seen our review video, you can go and watch it down here. We talk about the RunCam 3, its features and functions, we do a bit of a demo, we talk about the cool wide dynamic range feature and what it actually does. The first thing we'll do then is talk about this little guy. This is the mounting frame for the RunCam 3. Now it comes in a little cardboard box, and with it you get a couple of mounts. You get a flat mount. This is the kind of very standard style mount all the action cameras seem to use, and you also get another curved version, which is probably going to be better if you want to mount it on something like a cycle, BMX or motorcycle helmet as well. Now to install the camera into this, it's a piece of cake. All you have to notice is one side has a thicker edge and the other side has kind of a thinner edge, and you just lift the corner of the cage so that it pulls apart a little bit. You push the camera in. Once it's pushed home, then you'll be able to close the cage up, and then there's the camera securely held in position. You can still get access to the buttons at the back for the Wi-Fi. The mic is uncovered and you've got the power and mode buttons there as well, and you have an adjustment depending on where you want to look. Now this is perfect for what I use it for, which is actually on the peak of a cap, so I have a pilot's eye view when I'm flying. Last thing to comment on this is how cheap it is actually. This cage mounting frame for RunCam 3 is only £5.58 on the RunCam website, so my advice would be, if you're going to go to the trouble of ordering yourself a RunCam 3, order one of these because it works really well, and that's a blooming good price actually. Next thing we'll talk about then is the waterproof case. The waterproof case is slightly more expensive. It's a whole £10.37. Again, relatively inexpensive. The way it works is that the camera pops inside, then the rear closes up. It's got some foam to keep the camera in position. The seal actually is very nice and tight. You close the side up and then click it closed. To open it, what you have to do is do what it says on the side. You slide that tab to the side and then pull it up, and you can get back at the camera. But with it all closed up, you've got the button to access the power button and to turn it on and off. The mic in there is enclosed, so you're going to get a little bit of sound, but not a lot because it's separated from the case. And then you have the button at the back, which gives you access to the Wi-Fi and pieces too. Same kind of mounts at the bottom again. Comes again with two different mounts. The first one is another flat mount with a sticky pad for it, so you can mount that onto whatever. And then the second one, just like with the other camera, actually comes with a mount that's curved, which is probably going to be more useful if you have something like a diving helmet, or you want to pop it on something like a motorbike or something like that, where you can drive it in the rain without worrying about destroying your camera. The only thing with this, let me just show you, is you can actually mount it, because I know if you're going to put it on a motorcycle helmet, one of the things that you want to know is, can you actually mount it to the side? You can. So you could actually have it mounted on the side of your helmet, but the challenge with that is going to be that you can't get to the buttons, so you're going to have to use kind of have the Wi-Fi turned on or get it recording before you put it into the cage, but it will fit. Last thing we'll talk about then is the tempered glass protector for RunCam 3. This actually isn't a protector, it's a replacement piece of glass, and the way it comes is you get two pieces of the tempered glass for the front, and you get a number of these sticky pads, and these are the sticky pads that help go behind the glass to actually stick it onto the camera. Now this was the pre-production unit that I had that we were playing with. You might be able to see here, hopefully you can, there's kind of a scratch. Come on camera, There it is, you can just about see it, a scratch in the corner there. To take the glass off is dead easy. All you do is you push a pin into the corner, and then once you've got that lifting slightly, you can use a flat bladed screwdriver and the whole glass will lift up. It's basically one of those with a sticky pad on the back. So there's no screws, there's no messing around. If you are unlucky enough to smash the glass on this, and let's be honest, if we're using it for FPV and flying around, there's a very good chance we will, then you get 2 of these in the kit for about £7.97 with lots of additional bits of sticky as well. So swapping it over shouldn't be a complete heartache, and you don't have to reach for a mini hex driver to try and take everything apart. So hopefully that is interesting for those of you that have asked about this. I do need to say a hello to Schlam18, and hopefully that's how you say your tag. But you were one of the people that did ask us to look at this, so hopefully that helps. My advice would be, if you're going to buy one of the RunCam 3s, definitely consider one of these little guys. And if you're going to be putting it in harm's way, particularly with FPV, then it might be worthwhile you grabbing a couple of these little guys as well, because in one kit you get 2 bits of glass, and that should keep you going for a while, even with a couple of crashes. Thank you for taking the time to watch that video. We try and release at least 2 videos a week, usually a quick tip on a Tuesday and a more in-depth video on a Friday, and sometimes we manage to get a few more out as well. If you're interested in radio control, then the playlists are useful to have a look at. Anything that's called Introduction To is an organised set of videos that teach you from first principles about the subject that you're interested in. But we also have information about the majority of popular open source flight controllers, how to build quadcopters, fixed wing models, reviews, setups, unboxing, all kinds of things in here as well. So if you haven't already had a look at the playlist, then I'd recommend going and having a look through here to see if there's anything that takes your fancy. Finally, we do also provide updates through things like Twitter, Instagram, and also post all of our 3D designs on Thingiverse as well. So if you like what we're doing here on YouTube, have a look at those things and subscribe to us there, and you'll find out what we're up to in advance of the videos coming out here on the channel.